What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to 𝗪𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 Journey. So today I want to give you a good breakdown of why Lucid is going up as much as it is. I don't think anyone's complaining, but still I want to give you a good breakdown, go over some technicals, data points, everything you need to know. Before I get into any of that though, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. With that, let's get right to it. So you can see right here the intraday chart going very much green, very positive. Live tickers going at the very bottom, almost up 8%, give or take. 13 million for volume, 21.5 is the average. Now that is a 6-month average, and 1.1 million shares being purchased by institutions on the secondary market. So at the end of the day, this can be characterized as a short squeeze, or in some cases, a small short squeeze, if you want to call it that. There is more and more articles coming out on how the whole concept of short squeezes has been changing. So typically when someone or a company had fairly high short interest, that typically insinuated that they were a little bit more negative, that there was things that were bad about them, they were losing a lot of money, whatever it might be in the broader market in that concept. But at the end of the day, because of the whole meme stock started in 2021 with GameStop and AMC, that definitely changed the whole concept of a short squeeze and what short interest is, and kind of villainize them in some sense. But today is a short squeeze abroad, the whole concept, and you can even see based on the latest articles, the bulls won't be denied. Ultimately, there's a lot of shorts that were getting very greedy to the point where they were overextending, pushing the stock down purposefully, even in Lucid's case and SoFi as well. I cover them on the channel, but both of those stocks were being heavily suppressed by obviously shorts. Even in Lucid's case, they did hit almost 26% short interest. That is a huge percentage of the free float to be shorted. Right now it's around 21%, which in reality is still fairly high, but you can see all the meme stocks is going up massively. So you do see Sundial Growers up almost 10%, AMC up almost 17%, even technically over the last several days they've almost gone up 100%. So that's a very big deal. Bed Bath & Beyond up 42% just today alone, Coinbase as well. And I do typically tweet out the hottest stocks, which is always provided by Interactive Brokers, and typically when those stocks are being heavily shorted, such as Lucid. And one thing as well, on a side note, I just want to point out, I never really liked the fact that Lucid had a little bit more of a higher short interest than, for instance, even AMC, which is one of the main stocks people think of when you talk on short interest and a short squeeze. So I feel that Lucid shouldn't be in the same criteria as AMC. Lucid does have a very substantial business, very beneficial, is doing a lot of good things, whereas other meme stocks not so much. So that's my own 2 cents. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence, and I'm sure a lot of you are still AMC fans, for instance, possibly, I don't know. Hopefully I didn't offend any of you with that, but Lucid is ultimately getting dragged into this short squeeze for today. So this is why we are ultimately up a little bit. And even looking on Interactive Brokers, you can see this little bit more of a deviation. So this shows the fee rate that Interactive Brokers does physically charge Lucid's price. And typically when things kind of move in line, they are a little bit more inverse. So when this does typically happen, that is a very bullish sign. Despite all of that though, the technicals weren't necessarily the best. So overall though, there was some news that did come out, one of which was this. So showing the new stealth look of the Lucid Air, which in reality looks absolutely beautiful, but by no means is this a catalyst to jump all over. So again, it's one of those things that it coincidentally came out today. I saw some people starting to say that we're up because of this, which in reality is very, very inaccurate. So make sure you guys always do your own due diligence and factor everything in. So I want to talk on, is a short squeeze actually sustainable? Because I think that's one of the most negative things about a short squeeze is, yes, it's very attractive and sexy when it goes up, but in reality it typically falls down a little bit further than what it was. Again, my own 2 cents. Not many scenarios of a short squeeze have physically occurred for us to kind of document. Obviously there's the GameStop, AMC, the whole run that did happen, and you never know, this might be the start of a massive short squeeze on not just Lucid but the broader market. So looking on the actual technicals, today is fairly positive. So we broke past that 50-day moving average, which I was saying we always have a lot of difficulty with, and also that central boiling band. We did touch and bounce off this 100-day moving average today. So despite that though, RSI is currently at 52, so is starting to get up there a little bit. Stochastic is at 34, so getting to the very much oversold status, but still there is that deviation. So red line above the black insinuating a little bit more of a bullish trend. Number of buyers is getting up there today, so that's a very positive thing. As far as some micro and macro level viewpoints, so we are currently at 1941. $18.79 is our pivot point. So we did kind of break below that with the Q2 earnings and how that followed through with us. But despite that though, things are looking fairly positive. So when it comes down to it though, I don't know if this is going to be fully sustainable, because we still do have a lot of negatives that's on our back when it comes down to the Q2 earnings. And I know a lot of people still continuously bring that up, but there is a lot of points to talk on when it came from that. But still, if we do stay above this 50-day moving average, then the likelihood is that we will continue to trend upwards. That's my own 2 cents on how I see things. Just want to give you a quick micro view of this and go over some support and resistance points. So looking here, first, second, and third resistance points, in reality, I'm not necessarily going to go over them because you can see we are well above them. So we kind of broke all of them very fast. This is what typically does happen when a short squeeze does happen. And even in relation to Lucid, we are going through a little bit more of a short squeeze. So only roughly about 2% are closing out the position, but I think it's just the broader market. And as you can tell based on the live ticker at the very bottom, our volume is a little bit lower. So I think shorts are just closing out their positions, causing them to buy. Especially with lower volume, this is going to cause a lot more higher volatility. My own 2 cents on everything that is happening. But with all that, let me know any thoughts on Lucid in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. And if you do like my channel, want to support the growth, take a look at my memberships. Link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that said, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.